Our next speaker is beautiful Crystal Lynn Bell. She is a spiritual life coach and business mentor, and now almost #1 best-selling author.
Hello. Okay, hi everybody. All right, so I'm just saying.
He left.
Oh,
Apollo's not there.
oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, sorry, he's not really a part of this, but he popped up, so I had to share. Okay, so let's get on with it. Yeah. So, if you know anything about numerology, you'll know that the number 5 represents freedom. Does anybody know about numerology? Even a little bit? Yeah, sure. So people who have this soul path number yearn for freedom in mind and body. And you'll also know that the number 5 also represents hardship. So does anybody know about tarot? So 5 of swords, 5 of coins, kind of hard stuff. So the number 5 is not really about great things, but it represents freedom. So my name is Crystal Lynn Bell, and according to a numerology system, my name is represented by the number 5. And there's got to be some kind of truth in this because I really love freedom and I crave freedom. And it's a really important part of my life. And I used to think that happiness meant freedom to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. But I quickly learned that freedom without boundaries feels really, really chaotic and dangerous, and it leads to some difficult things. So I learned that I needed to be disciplined in order to be truly happy. Does anybody like discipline out there? Raise your hands. Come on. Discipline. There are very few hands up, but you get it, right? It's tough to be disciplined. But the thing to understand is that discipline really allows freedom to flourish. And it's like with masculine and feminine energy. The divine masculine gives us structure and logic and discipline. That's masculine. And the divine feminine gives us intuition, feelings, creativity, and freedom. And we like that. We need the masculine and the feminine to make a baby, and we need discipline and freedom to make happiness. So this lesson became really clear to me around food, and that's what my chapter is about. It's chapter 24. And I wrote that the freedom of eating whatever I wanted without restraint actually didn't make me happy, even though it tasted really good. It was not happiness, man. It just wasn't. It made me feel really out of control and disconnected from the truth of who I am. But when I started to embrace discipline, I started to have energy, and I felt confident, and I experienced real happiness. So many of us in this room are coaches and healers, and the same principle of the masculine and feminine of discipline and freedom also applies to our coaching businesses or our healing businesses. And so right now, I'm currently really living my best life in Paris, France. I have a really beautiful apartment in a posh neighborhood, and I chose where I live and how I wanted it set up. You know, I bought my own furniture, and it's my place. It looks like me. I work according to my natural rhythms, and nobody tells me what to do. I live where I want, doing work that comes from my soul, I create the content that I want to create. I work with the clients and the students that I want to work with. I'm really, really free. And the divine feminine is really, really strong in me. But I'm also really, really disciplined. So I honor the imperatives that my spiritual guidance team gives me. When they say jump, I say how high. How long you want me to jump for? I'm going to do what you want me to do, right? It's really important that you have that discipline. I've taken the time to create over 200 lessons that take my students step by step through the process of building their coaching businesses, step by step. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of freaking work, okay? They can ask me things like, oh, Crystalline, I really want to build my email list. I can send them to a video. I can give them a workbook. All those things, it took me a lot of time to create. It took a lot of discipline. And I love mentoring new and aspiring spiritual life coaches into business. And I love doing things step by step. That's really, really masculine. Now, I know we have issues with the patriarchy, and I could feel some like little hairs standing up from people. People were bristling around, the idea of the masculine. But I just want to remind you that we need both, and yes, we like men. And yes. When I first started out as a coach, I was really in the feminine, and I was just following my instinct. And it was really, really fun, but in many ways, it was really, it was good. I was really connected to the feminine, really using my intuition. But I was also broke. I did not make any money for the first 5 years of my coaching business because I refused to get really, really disciplined and to structure my business. It was a big mistake. Having freedom and no money is not really free. I'm so sorry. But it just, actually, the reality is that it doesn't work, okay? And we really do need to wake up to the responsibility of the divine masculine. And I needed to create all the things that I needed for my business, and I did it, and there's a great reward. So my journey to happiness has literally taken me all around the world. Does anybody remember the Soviet Union? Yeah, I did that. Right, thank you. Yes, did that. Living in Paris used to seem like a vague and distant dream, but right now, I get to wake up in this city that really inspires me. It gives me life. It makes life worth living, Even there was a time when I was broke in Paris, okay? And that was okay because it was Paris. But I'll tell you, though, it's better when you have some money, okay? So getting to this point, though, really required the freedom to dream of something unconventional and something extraordinary. That was really important. And that's feminine. Dreaming is feminine. And the discipline is essential. That's masculine. Step by step, masculine. Without both, I wouldn't be where I am today. When I reflect on the journey, I see how freedom and discipline work together. The freedom to listen to my intuition is really important, and following my passions. That's what gave me the courage to take risks and to leave behind my old baggage. And that discipline to set goals, to create plans, and to take consistent action to make my dreams a reality. So I want to just wrap this up with a question for you, and just to ask you, what's calling you in this season of your life? So, what's speaking to you? Maybe there's a place where you want to go. You have a feeling. I remember when I moved to Croatia, I just kept getting these visions of this incredible city and these incredible people smiling at me, offering me flowers. And when I first landed in Croatia, I was nervous. I didn't know why I was in Croatia. I was just listening to my heart. And I remember going out of my new apartment, not knowing, I don't speak Croatian, I don't know anything about Slavic languages. But somebody, an old guy, walks up to me and hands me a flower, and he says, "Hey, do you want to have a drink?" I said, "No, thank you. I'll take the flower, thank you, but no drink." And he says, "Great. Okay, well, here's this lady. She works here, and this is, where you can get your food for the market, and this is where you can, do all these different things." And it was such a warm experience. And my point, and I just want to leave you with the message to follow your heart and to take the steps necessary to give birth to your reality, giving birth to yourself. It requires two. It requires the masculine and the feminine, and making sure that you do that you honor both of those is the path to success. Okay, and just a little word of thanks to our host and everyone who's here. It's been wonderful meeting the authors and participating in this program. And thank you all so much for coming. All right.